What the hell is wrong with Warner Brothers and DC and their comic book shit is all over the map, okay? So today there's a report now. It's not been confirmed yet or anything, but one of the reasons why they pushed Wonder Woman 1984 was because they needed to recast, I guess they're going to be cameos in it, recast Batman and Superman. Now, the rumors have been going nuts for weeks and weeks and weeks about Henry Cavill. Is he in? Is he out? Was he going to make a cameo in Shazam? Would that have been his third appearance as Superman, even though it was a cameo? And would the contract break down, negotiations, blah, 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 blah. All right, first of all, Henry Cavill is an amazing Superman. He has had shitty scripts and a shitty vision, okay? Snyder fans, sorry. You know, if they would have just had Superman in the same type of situation as Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, in that world, and tie those together, that would have been so much better than relaunching Superman with the Man of Steel and then Batman versus Superman with Ben Affleck and all that stuff. If you'd have kept it within the Nolan world that was created, you look at the Nolan films, no matter what anyone says, those three films set the bar so high that when Christopher Nolan was just an executive producer on Man of Steel and then backed off and all that other kind of stuff and got out of the mix, he was right to cut and run because Warner Brothers and DC was just, they're screwing this whole thing up. So I was very disappointed to hear, look, the thing with Batman is Batman has been interchangeable, although I feel like Michael Keaton will always be like Batman as far as the movies go, and Christian Bale is just killed it in his trilogy and just set the bar so high. I mean, they made billions off of the Nolan trilogy of Batman films, billions. And it's just so sad to see no leader within DC and Warner Brothers to like a Kevin Feige, Feige, whatever you like Marvel has. Marvel's got their guy, and he has just guided 20 movies to billions of dollars for Marvel and for Disney. And they've had a couple of hit and misses, but most of their movies have all done 350 million or more into the billions. And for some reason, you know, they gave the reins over to Zack Snyder. And I mean, all of Zack Snyder's films, although visionary as far as like their palette and all that other kind of stuff, now everything looks like a comic book frame, the storytelling just sucked, absolutely sucked. And, you know, to recast Henry Cavill is just blowing my mind. If they'd have just given him a good script and kept the John Williams score. I mean, you've got an Oscar-winning score, like an Oscar winner in John Williams, and his score was epic. And sure, it misfired with the Brandon Routh film, but you still could have had that theme in there. That was his theme music, man. No one gave a shit about what was brought to the table for Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman with Hans Zimmer. No one, they just, when Indiana Jones comes, you know he's coming. Dun, 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 right? When Jaws comes, you know he's coming. Dun, 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 right? Epic themes. When Superman's coming, dun, 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 happy, exciting, you know, the hero, he's coming. You give your guy his theme music and you stick to it. At least with the Christopher Nolan films, they kind of stayed within that Dark Knight, the Batman type tones. But Man of Steel, man, you know what? You didn't care when he was showing up. You know? All depressing. You made Superman a depressing, emo, just stupid character, and Superman was always like Christopher Reeve portrayed it, the shining star the guy who could do anything, who always believed in truth, justice, and the American way. You ripped apart what you had. And the thing is, your only hit since the Nolan universe has been Wonder Woman. Okay? And that's great. So now you're like, okay, that's our nut. Let's reinvent the wheel surrounding Gal Gadot. Fine, if you want to do that. But the problem is Superman is the moniker. Superman is your guy. And you've made him a sub-character, a subpar character. Like, why would you do that? And, you know, I know James Wan's trying to save Aquaman now. I mean, everybody really gravitated towards Jason Momoa's portrayal of that. Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. I saw the preview for Aquaman. There's so much CGI in it that I'm just like, oh, and it just feels like a rehash story of like Loki and Thor, except underwater, fighting for the kingdom. You know, it's just like, it's like we already saw that movie. Marvel gave us that movie. Now you're giving us your own version, except it's underwater. It's like, can you not cover something else? Give us something else without so much CGI in the movie. And it's absolutely driving me crazy that Warner Brothers and DC has really good properties. You know, now they're doing their own app, streaming app. You're going to have Titans is one of their shows. I haven't seen it yet, but you know, I didn't like the preview where Robin's like, fuck Batman. It's like you don't, Robin would and no matter how much he hated him in the comic books, no matter how much in the lore of like Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, all that, no one would say fuck Batman. They just wouldn't. But you went there and you're going edgy and you're going dark. And it's like, how do you not learn that Christopher Nolan set the bar? He set the tone. It was Batman with gadgets in a real world situation, a real crime drama. You know, you can still do stuff like that with Superman. And obviously you're getting it right with Wonder Woman, but to just kick everybody else to the curb. Now, I know Ben Affleck's having problems. I didn't think he was going to be a great Batman. I would have loved if Christian Bale would have came over into this universe, or Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because he kind of took over the Batman moniker in The Dark Knight Rises. You could have brought him into the fold, a younger Batman, you know, but you didn't. You had everything right there, you know, and you're like, we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. We're going to do something totally different. Stupid. And you know what? It's like you're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars and you have no leader at the helm. Absolutely no leader at the helm that can reel this stuff in. I'm not excited about a new Batman because I think we've had too many Batmans over and over and over and over again. It's like Ezra, whatever for the Flash, you know, all the stuff on TV starting to get junk. Superwoman, Arrow, all of it just getting all PC and like it's just, you know, and then you've screwed up giving the television rights for Gotham. I mean, I saw what Shane, who was it? Playing. They just had a picture of Bane, and it looks awful. I mean, it looks awful. Like, I don't know, it doesn't even look like, even in pictures, like, I don't know how you're going to pull that in. Shane West, I think that's who's playing him. And it looks awful. Absolutely awful. It looks like a plastic, I mean, you screwed up by giving television rights away. You screwed up this, you screwed up that. It's just, I have no faith, no more. I just don't care about the DC universe. I just don't. I absolutely don't. And just cutting and running with, you know, it didn't work, recast. It didn't work, reboot. You know, if you'd have just invested some time and not tried to chase the Marvel, you know, you're trying to chase Marvel down the street, oh, we got to get up to them. We got to put out 5 movies. Oh, we got to, without like executing properly, having good creative people in there. And what's wrong with the DC comic book people stepping in and like really taking the bull by the horns and working with these people? You know, you got a joke, you got a Suicide Squad 2 movie, you got a Joker movie. So you got, you know, you've got your, Joaquin Phoenix doing his thing. You're going to have Jared Leto coming back for his thing for Suicide Squad 2. What the hell? And then I heard today, oh, the Joaquin Phoenix thing, that they're going to kind of tie that into The Dark Knight. Yeah, no shit. Because, you know, you blew it. You know, you could have already had something like this, but no. You know, The Killing Joke, you're just going to run with that cartoon. Okay. Whatever. He was a stand-up comic and he sucked. And so he started running for, you know, this is my rant. This is my fanboy rant of how just disturbed I am at what DC and Warner Brothers are doing. They're just making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. And I really hope they get their shit together. But I'm really like, I just don't care anymore about Batman. Just don't care anymore about Superman. You know, you're probably going to cast, you know, somebody else who's not going to cost you a lot of money. An unknown. Let's just do an unknown like they did with Christopher Reeve that nobody knows and whatever. Henry Cavill was your Superman and you fumbled the ball. You gave him poor scripts. He would have been great if you'd have let him be the Superman we know. Instead, he had to be whiny emo boy. And you screwed that up. And Batman, Affleck was your good guy there, making all his movies, directing the town, doing all this stuff. He was your golden boy. So you gave him Batman. And it didn't work. Okay? Think things through. You want to hire me? I'm available. I'll be happy to tell you how to do all this stuff. And the first thing you have to do is you go to the creatives who write the comic books and you talk to those guys, which I don't think is happening. You're just getting somebody up at the top. Oh, well, I think we should do this, or I think we should do that. And they probably never bought a fucking comic book in their life. So anyway, that's my rant. My first fanboy rant, because I'm sick and tired of what Warner Brothers and DC is doing to their cinematic universe with all their comic book people. It's going to suck. And Shazam, if that thing's a hit, my mind will explode. I'll come back and say, sorry, I didn't know Shazam was a thing. Shazam. Get the fuck. If you like this video, like, comment, you want to fight me on this, get in the comment section. Let's hash this out. What's wrong with DC and Warner Brothers? Why can't they get their shit together? Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians? What's the deal? Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next video.